Welcome back, trainers, and today we're going to be taking a look at Salazzle paired up with Shadow Lapras. Folks, we're going to be having some fun here. We're going to be in the Remix Cup. That's all I've been really doing here, just to avoid things like Azumarill, right? So, Salazzle, which I've named Snazzle because of what I was calling it the very first time here. We're going to be going with Fire Blast and, of course, Poison Fang. Now, this thing is just a nasty Pokemon. It does a lot of damage and, well, really can't take a hit, but it can take out lots of Pokemon very fast if you do it correctly here. So pairing it up with Lapras is going to be pretty fun. The third Pokemon is going to be random. We're going to change it. First, we're going to have Hitmonchan. Then we're going to have Shadow Hypno. Then we're going to have Oranguru. So we're going to have several different ones. We're just testing it out. Throwing in different Pokemon so you can have a different idea. If you got a Salazzle, I was going to call it Snazzle again. If you even have a Salazzle, that thing is just disgustingly annoying to actually get. Still, it is very rare. It's very hard to get. Next battle, what are we going to see? We're met with a Hypno. Alright, so we got to look out for Thunder Punch here. This might be the battle where they just keep going for Fire Punch. That's a nice punch there. That was a nice punch. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, I didn't know, right? It's an elemental type Pokemon. It can have all kinds of different types. So letting it, well, not letting it go anymore. We're going to let the next one go and call it here. Maybe they have, okay, so they got Fire Punch and Ice Punch there. Great. Now we're just going to go ahead and take out the Hypno. So I think the best team, and the reason why I have the Oranguru on the side here is because they probably worked out the best with that thing on the team. Could have been alignment, but it just worked out pretty nice. It's nice coverage there because Salazzle is going to be doing some poison type damage and, I don't know, say an Alola Marowak, right? Salazzle's not going to be really wanting to go up against that Lapras does, and same with Oranguru, so it's going to be nice coverage there. Hitmonchan putting in the work, but simply not enough to take out that Malamar. And we're bringing in our Salazzle, and they have a Marowak, folks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go for Fire Blast here. This is our only hope. This is going to do a lot of damage, even though it's not very effective. And there you go. They swap, and we take them out. We get a little bit more energy here. Bone Club will easily KO because we're a Fire and Poison type. So we have, I mean, there's nothing really much we can do here. I mean, get off this Poison Fang and just hope we can get one more. Yeah, that was it. We needed that quick move to register. That was it. We could have won right there, but they're getting to a Bone Club and taking the win. Good game. All right, folks, hope you're having fun in the new season. It's definitely not fixed. It's definitely not. It's probably even more broken. So they had a Jump Bluff in the beginning. They swapped to a Hypno, which is purified. I highly doubt it's got returned, but that could be an option. I'm definitely going to go with a Thunder Punch on that Hypno. So we're going to go ahead and shield up our Lapras. Now, Shadow Lapras is something you want to invest in if you're really into Go Battle League. You're looking for some spice. I mean, this thing is not even just spice and nice. This thing puts in the work. I mean, it's very good. It's not just like, oh, you know, it's something a little fun to use, a little something to spice up your battles. Nah, this thing puts in the work. So we got a Shadow Ninetales. All right, let's take that thing out. So we're going for a Surf here. I don't know if this will be enough to KO. Oh, it's a lot of damage, almost one-shotting it. Bring it into Hitmonchan, got some beautiful lag there, countering down, and they back out, and we take the win. Salazzle didn't even get a little chance to fight in that one there. Next battle, we're leading with Shadow Hypno. Okay, got the Lapras and Salazzle in the back here. So this is not that good. Getting hit by Shadow Ball is going to do a lot. So we get baited by an Avalanche. They retreat with energy, and we go for a Thunder Punch as they do bring in, what is that, a Whiscash. Good. Perfect. I couldn't ask for a better swap in. That way we can get them locked in here with our Lapras, and Lapras has a beautiful matchup up against this thing, as opposed to the Salazzle, which will completely get walled by Whiscash. So good. Alright, Hypno doesn't mind going up against it, but the Lapras is the better matchup here, so this is just perfect. Going for the Mud Bombs, and one more Mud Bomb is going to be enough to take us out, so we're going to go ahead and KO them here instead of getting greedy and losing this matchup like I usually do. We are down a shield. They've got two. They're bringing in Frostlass. Not very effective with a quick move. Avalanche would be enough to take us out of that. Actually, no, Avalanche is enough. Simply just because of raw damage at this point, it's just going to be enough. And yeah, obviously taking us now. Now we got Salazzle. Gonna do a ton of fire damage. Now I swap and snipe. I didn't think I would be able to actually snipe with Confusion. That kind of threw me off. Don't know how many times I've ever done that before, sniping with confusion, but hey, it worked, and we have an Alolan Muck in the back. Super effective to us, so what we're going to do is just do as much damage with that Thunder Punch and let them take us out here. We're going to bring in Salazzle. Wow, I called it Snazzle again. I'm doing it again. See, I get into the routine of saying it correctly, and then I go back to my old ways. All right, Salazzle. So we're going to go ahead and shield that up. It would have been not very effective, but knowing this thing, it probably would have gotten KO'd anyways. Next battle, we're met with a Whiscash, which is a good matchup here. We want to stay right where we're at and just do as much damage. Getting hit by a Blizzard's not going to be great, but here's the thing. They're probably, yeah, I do believe they go for Blizzard. Oh, do they even need to go for a Blizzard right here? If we lose this matchup, it doesn't really matter. We got a shield from them. I'm not shielding up. So we'll just bring in Lapras after this. The only thing I'm thinking about it at this point is just to take that thing out because of the Salazzle. And after that, I think we're going to be in the clear. I highly doubt they'll have another water type. So they go for the Mud Bomb. We're going to go for Surf. Taking a little bit of damage, but that's okay. We have gotten a shield out of them, and we still have 2. And Salazzle with 2 shields is going to be a beast. They're bringing in Jump Bluff. We're doing some damage, farming up with our Lapras, and then swapping it into our Fire Lizard and shielding up the Acrobatics, which would have easily KO'd. Easy. And they bring in a Golbat. We're going to go for the Fire Blast. Let's see if we can connect this, folks. And we do. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Back in comes the Jump Bluff, and we're just going to go for the Poison Fang, which is going to be way overkill. But that's all we've got, and I'm not going to farm down. Well, looks like I'm going to be forced to now. One more Incinerate that registered is going to be enough, and they're out of here. Yep. Salazzle putting in that work. Shadow Lapras also putting in that work, folks. Let's go. Next battle met with a Drifblim leading with Lapras here. Swapping it up. They swap into a Blaziken. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Rangaroo here, which is going to be like, I thought they were going to hit me with a Blast Burn, so I got a little nervous. I figured it's going to be better to shield up even if they bait me. Because of that Drifblim, we're going to be able to do super effective with our Foul Play and take resisted damage from the Ghost moves. They can hit us with Icy Wind, but we're going to continuously be able to spam this Foul Play while their Quick Move's not very effective, and Icy Wind's, I don't think is going to KO at this point. Yeah, they still can't farm us down. They're going to swap into a Muck. They take us out, which is okay. They are shieldless at this point. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Salazzle. And we're going to go for the Fire Blast, of course. They go for the Acid Spray, which I don't think anything would have KO'd me at this point anyways. Probably a Gunk Shot may have KO'd, believe it or not, because we're poisoned, it still will KO. And they go for Shadow Ball. It's not enough to KO our thick Lapras, and we're going to go ahead and go for the Surf and take out that Drifblim and take the win. Let's go, folks. Next battle, what are we going to see? Leading with Lapras, met with a Lickitung. Don't see that too often, but let's see what we can do here. I know it has Body Slam, and kind of forgetting what its moves are again, but it doesn't really matter. I don't think we've got too much to worry about here. I'm just going to go ahead and just keep throwing these Surfs because Skull Bash is a little bit of an overkill. Plus, I didn't really want to get a shield. We could have KO'd them with that here, but again, a lot of wasted energy if they decided to shield it up. Anyways, they're very low here. We still have 2 shields. We're going to let this go. We want to farm down at this point, bring it in the Rangaroo. So, there was a confusion that showed up. It just didn't show up on the screen. This game is so broken lately. So they swap and lock themselves again with, we have another Jump Bluff here. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Salazzle and just start Poison Fanging this. Now we still need to look out for Acrobatics, but I do call it, and we call an Energy Ball and let it go. Wow, that was nice. But unfortunately, we are not able to KO. They survive with a couple HP, and I shielded up knowing it's going to be that because we're just squishy, and they got a man tank at the back, which is going to take neutral damage from poison, and Salazzle is just going to start adding it up. Let's see how much this does here. I swap here just to be safe. I didn't want to get hit by a Bubble Beam, and since they're shieldless and we've lowered their defense, let's go ahead and just swap into a Rangaroo and take them out. Here comes the Lickitung. They back out, and we take the win. We're looking good. Let's keep moving here, folks. Next battle, what are we going to see? A Mandibuzz. This is a good matchup for us. We love to see that. They're swapping into a Whiscash. So we need to start contemplating what we could do here. So what else is going to be good up against that Mandibuzz? Certainly not a Rangaroo. So we're going to go ahead and swap into it to go up against the Whiscash. That's what you want to do. Somebody swaps out like that, you look at the back line, you think about, okay, what can we take care of that first Pokemon with what we have in the back here that we can swap out? Otherwise, you stay there with the Lapras, in comes the Mandibuzz, you bring in your Lapras again after you've taken out the Whiscash with the Pokemon you didn't swap out with, and then you don't really have a counter. So they bring in Registeel, and this is all just working too perfectly, folks. This is just great. We do need to shield this up, whether or not it's a bait, it's a Zap Cannon, and then they're swapping into Mandibuzz. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Fire Blast just to do some extra damage here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Attack dropped, and we're still just devastating them with that Fire Blast. It is a Fire Blast at the end of the day. Letting that go, and we're going to go ahead and farm this Mandibuzz all the way down. We don't have to worry about no quick move on, no Registeel. Lock-on's doing no damage, and they don't really have any energy here. And we've got a ton of this energy built up on this Lapras. Surf is going to do a bunch of damage here. Going for the 1. Getting that last shield. Going for the 2. Wanted to swap into our Salazzle. Salazzle. I wanted to swap into it, but timer. And I was like, got all this energy. Might as well just go for it. Not waste any time here. Let's get it over with. All right. Winning that battle. Moving on to our next opponent, folks. If you haven't given this video a like, please do so. Met with a Marowak. They swap into a Ferrothorn. We bring in our Salazzle, and we're going to be just absolutely burning this thing to a complete and utter crisp. And I knew it. They would hit me with Thunder. That's the only move that's going to be neutral. We farm it all the way down to Funky Town. Going for a Poison Fang. We got about 2 of these build up. They got a Toxicroak. Shoot. I was thinking I should just hit Fire Blast. I know there was a Marowak, but I'm just going to do as much damage as possible. I should have. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, hindsight's 2020, bringing in a Rangaroo, doing extreme damage because of the defense drop on Toxicroak, and they immediately back out with that below the Marowak, and we take the win with that Rangaroo at the end, looking good. Next battle, met with a Wigglytuff, and this is yet again another good matchup for Lapras. Really, it's a great Pokemon. You got a bunch of ice damage with your quick move, then your coverage with the water. Then you have a Skull Bash if you need to do some hard-hitting damage, plus raise your defense. I mean, the thing is just amazing. I love Lapras. Alright, so we are taking them out before they even get to a charge move. I thought they would get to an Ice Beam. Guess not. So they're bringing in a Scizor, we're bringing in Salazzle, and and they got a Jirachi in the back. Salazzle is just going to absolutely melt the heck out of this team. So I do swap though, because the confusion is super effective. So we lowered the defense. We've got Foul Play, which is super effective. I think we're going to be good to bring in our Rangaroo here while taking resisted damage from that confusion on it. And then we'll be able to finish it off with that Scizor in the end here, unless our Rangaroo does. I think we actually... Okay, yeah, we actually finish this off with like 2 shields and 1 quick move, and we take them out. Oh, they got the boost too. Oh man. Next battle, what are we going to see? Leading with that Lapras again, we're met with a Pelipper. This is exactly where we would want to see it. Rangaroo, I guess, could want to go up against that. It's no problem. But, yeah, so they retreat with energy, bunch of energy on that Pelipper, and swapping into a Registeel. So, of course, I shield up a Focus Blast. Of course I do. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Fire Blast. Let's see if we can take this thing out. And we do. Fantastic. Now, it's not like, oh, I'm so clever, because I've got a Pelipper with energy in the back. But they don't even come in with Pelipper. And I'm, like, confused. Genuinely. Okay. I already knew they were going to go for a Fire Punch. That was way too quick, so we let it go. Go for the Fire Blast here. And they shielded up. Okay, so I immediately swap into our Lapras here. I'm like, okay, I need to recover this here. And we go for the Surf, landing it. Going for another Surf just to take them out. We're getting their last shield here. Though this Earthquake's going to do a lot of damage, but we're going to let it go anyways. And yeah, so they swap into that Pelipper. It's going to be all up to the Rangaroo here, folks. So Lapras is down. I feel like I could have done a little bit better with that Lapras, but it is what it is. Pelipper is loaded up on energy. Shielding this up in case it's a Hurricane, and it's not. But can we get to the Foul Play? We do. But is this a Hurricane? Nope. Weather Ball. Beautiful. We take the win here. Foul Play. Rangaroo's going to be able to take the win for us, and we're looking good. Let's go, folks. Oh, we're going to finish off that Diggersby. That's it. Okay. Now we take the win. Moving on to our next opponent. Salazzle. It's just an amazing. Okay, so that would have been a great lead for our Salazzle. So we swap into a Rangaroo, and I'm waiting for them to swap. Like, come on, there we go. And they bring in a Cofagrigus, and I'm like, all right. it was one of those moments where I was petting Athena. She was getting excited for something or whatever, barking, or she's not a barker or nothing, but I was like petting her. So I shielded up, knowing we could have survived a Dark Pulse. Not very effective Shadow Claw. Kind of a waste of a shield, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention. They bring in the Abomasnow, and now we're just going to start throwing these foul plays because we can get them off spammier. I think I actually don't even get off this next one because I try to go for Psychic. Yup. Wow. So we could have went for Psychic and draw the defense, but we're such in a good position because it's Salazzle. Yeah, they got a Primate, and it's just all over for them here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Poison Fang, and then swap into our Lapras to finish off that Mankey or Primate. And I could have finished this with Lapras here. I just didn't want to. I could have shielded up, but it would have been pointless. Bring it in the Salazzle, and we're taking the win here. Folks, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.